are now flying.
Applying pressure to the pedal breaking.
Hey, Shalom, most high Christ blessed. This is Captain Immanuel, host of Let's Talk Truth Radio, and this is this week's Reality Radar.
Reality Radar.
So, in the news this week in the land of the freak. Let's see what we got. Play that for us, IT.
Thank you, Kevin. A controversial court ruling tonight. A convicted criminal who served time at the women's prison in Chowchilla is charged with raping fellow inmates. A Madera County judge says Tremaine Carroll must be referred to with she, her pronouns. But the district attorney is pushing back because the 52-year-old Carroll is a biological male, and the decision could impact the pursuit of justice. Court records show Carroll was convicted in Los Angeles County in 1993 for aggravated kidnapping for the purpose of ransom or to commit another crime. Carroll is now serving time in a men's prison as this rape case moves forward.
Action News reporter Brianna Willis spoke with the district attorney about the potential impact of the pronoun ruling.
A Madera County judge ruled this week 52-year-old state prisoner Tremaine Carroll must be referred to with she, her pronouns because Carroll identifies as a woman. But the district attorney believes the defendant is abusing the system.
This is a person who's not a woman in any sense of the word.
In March, DA Sally Moreno charged Carroll for rape allegedly committed while incarcerated at the Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla.
After his first cellmate became pregnant and was moved to Los Angeles, two other cellmates of his complained that he had raped them. So we have filed rape charges against this inmate.
Moreno says the ruling regarding pronouns impacts her ability to prosecute the case.
This is a particular issue in this case because it's confusing to the jury. In California, rape is a crime that has to be accomplished by a man.
Supervising Deputy DA Eric Dutemple says it's also unfair to the victims.
It's just absolutely insane that a victim would have to get on the stand and police their pronouns and their usage when trying to recite one of the most scariest times in their lives.
Carroll was allowed to serve time in a women's prison despite being a biological male because of Senate Bill 132, the Transgender Respect Agency and Dignity Act, which took effect in 2021. It allows inmates to be housed with the gender they identify as. The CDCR website points out state law prohibits discrimination based on gender identity.
There's no psychological evaluation that needs to be done. This person doesn't need to be on cross-gender hormones. They don't need to be signed up for transgender surgery. They don't even need a significant psychological evaluation regarding gender confusion. The mere statement is enough.
The CDCR has since relocated Carroll to Salinas Valley State Prison for men. We reached out to CDCR about the case. They sent us a statement about Senate Bill 132, adding that they thoroughly investigate all allegations of sexual abuse, but they do not comment on cases in current litigation. Moreno says Carroll fired the defense attorney handling the case and has chosen to move forward with self-representation in court. Carroll's next court date is set for January 14th. Brianna Willis, ABC 30 Action News.
All righty then. So this man finessed the system. Now you got to think, right? America, the greatest country in the world, who'd have thought that they would plague themselves with such confusion by way of their own laws in which they institute to this point, to get this damn low. You can't make this up, but God told us it would happen. Let's go to Revelations 11 and verse 8. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Come on.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
So God is prophesying that his chosen people, they will become spiritually dead. And hold that. Give me that in Baruch chapter 3. Baruch chapter 3 and verse 10.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 10.
Come on.
How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land?
So Israel is in their enemy's land. How are they in their enemy's land? Because they were taken captive and shipped to their enemy's land. Come on.
That thou art waxen old in a strange country.
We have waxed old, meaning we have gotten comfortable. We have crouched down. We have stopped opposing the oppressor in this strange land. Come on.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
We are what?
Defiled with the dead.
Defiled with the dead. Come on.
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave.
So his people, God's children, they're alive physically, but they're counted as them that go down to the grave. Meaning what? They spiritually dead. So go back to Revelation 11 and 8. Read that.
Revelation chapter 11 verse 8.
Come on.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city.
So God said the Israelites, that country, their enemy's land in which they will wax old in and become counted as those that go down to the grave, God said that it's the great city. Now what is this great city? Go to Revelation 14 verse 8.
Revelation chapter 14 verse 8.
Come on.
And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen.
What?
Babylon is fallen.
Babylon is fallen. It ain't talking about ancient Babylon. This is way after that. This is Revelation. This is something that John the Revelator wrote in 90-something AD. You understand? This Babylon is a future Babylon, and it's not going to be in Iraq. Come on.
Babylon is fallen. Is fallen. That great city.
That what?
Great city.
That great city. So the great city in which the Israelites will be captive in and wax old in is biblically called Babylon. What is Babylon? The great land of confusion. You heard them say it themselves in a video. The laws in the surrounding this just makes it very confusing for the jury. That's a testament to know where the hell we at. We in Babylon. Go back to Revelation 11 and 8.
Revelation chapter 11 verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city.
Babylon the Great. The Israelites will be in Babylon the Great, unconscious of who they are. It's counted as them that go down to the grave. Come on.
Which spiritually is called Sodom.
So this place, Babylon the Great, is spiritually called what?
Sodom.
Called what?
Sodom and Egypt. Well, also our Lord was crucified.
So obviously, right, we want to deal with one of their spiritual titles, being spiritually called Sodom. All right, what is Sodom? What took place in ancient Sodom? Men were raping or attempting to rape other men, even angelic men. You understand? Why? Because that evil concupiscence of homosexuality. You understand?
This ain't right.
This land, Babylon the Great, is spiritually called Sodom because they have legalized, they promote, they propagate homosexuality on a scale incomparable to all other nations. All right, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 22. So it's in the Bible that this stuff like this would take place in this land. All right, read what you got.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
Come on.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance.
The what?
The great war of ignorance.
That's why you see stuff like this happening. How in the hell did we get a man, what's his name, Tremaine? A man named Tremaine is an inmate in a women's prison.
Oh!
How did we get here?
Come on now, dog.
The great war of ignorance. Well, his pronouns, all right, her, she. What? So we can't put her in a male prison. Put her with the women, even though his bone density, his body structure, his hormonal makeup, all of that is completely different and dominant to majority of the female inmates that we're going to put him with.
You can't
her with, sorry. That's the great war of ignorance, guys. Come on.
Those so great plagues called they peace.
Those so what?
Great plagues called they peace.
The ability to be a man and call yourself by way of the pronoun law a woman and be in a facility where women's safety, of their box is now in jeopardy because you there. That is a plague. Being able to transform by surgery or whatever the case, your genitals, that is a plague. America has called it peace. That's why people that got them that evil desire that's from these other countries that don't tolerate that, they come here to have that liberty. You understand? It is a thing of peace to this nation, but it's actually a plague. And you see an example of exactly how it's a plague. Jump down to verse 26.
Verse 26.
Come on.
Disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls.
Now it's telling you what the plagues is. Go ahead.
Changing of kind.
What?
Changing of kind.
Changing of kind. Now you might be thinking, well, that could mean, a person was a nice kind of person and they changed into a mean kind of person. What is that changing of kind? What is that? What do it say next to kind on the side of your Bible?
Sex.
What?
Sex.
So when it says changing of kind, it's telling you that in this kingdom, in the last days, people are going to be able to change their sex. You understand? They're going to be able to call themselves a gender that they're not, even in the realm of incarceration. You understand? That is a plague. It's Psalms 94 verse 20. And it's their damn fault. That brother probably was not a sodomite. He probably just pretended to be a sodomite to, crack the dumb system that America has become.
Damn!
Right? Psalms 94 verse 20.
Psalms chapter 94 verse 20.
Come on.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Right, the throne of iniquity is Babylon the Great, the kingdom of sin. Go ahead.
Which frameth mischief by a law.
What do they do?
Which frameth mischief by a law.
Right, to give people the freedom to call themselves whatever they want, gender fluidity and all of that. That's mischief. You understand? And that's how this man was able to achieve his mischief, by the laws that this country set up. He was able to do that. And he's not even a law-abiding citizen. But by law, they can't convict him for what he's actually guilty of because he is a her/she by law. Looking at it's crazy. It's madness. It's madness. Isaiah 10 verse 1. Isaiah 10 verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Come on.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
God said judgment is going to be upon them that decree unrighteous decrees, that institute wicked laws. Go ahead.
And that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Imagine how grievous that is. You being a woman, you done something to get yourself in jail. Yeah, sure. But damn, you don't deserve to be around testosterone-filled men that's able to come in your cell and you know what I'm saying, do that to you when they supposed to be an inmate. You understand? That ain't fair. That's grievous as hell. You understand? That gotta be grievous for a woman to know that she could be a cellie with a man with a whole penis. Damn. How can she sleep at night? You understand? This ain't right. Go to Philippians 2 verse 15.
The book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 15.
Come on.
That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God.
Right, so that's us, the Israelites, that's waking up in this nation. You understand that we've been captive in. We supposed to be blameless and harmless. Come on.
Without rebuke. In the midst of a crooked and perverse nation.
Where we at?
In the midst of a crooked and perverse nation.
God said that this is a crooked. Right? How is it crooked? Because of the corrupt political and legislative system. How did somebody even wiggle themselves into that authority position to institute that law? How did that pass through Congress? Because it's crooked. You understand? It's a whole bunch of crooks in suits. It's a crooked in what?
Crooked and perverse nation.
And perverse nation. And in context at this time, Paul was in Rome. You understand? We were under Roman jurisdiction. Guess what? America is nothing more but an extension of Rome. It's the same fourth beast that Daniel spoke about. And John the Revelator gave the sense in the book of Revelation that fourth beast, you understand, it would fall, but it would rise again. Their deadly wound will be healed. That's talking about the fall of the Roman Empire, but going or leading up to the Renaissance era, which means the rebirth. America is nothing more than the rebirth of the Roman Empire. You understand? That's all it is. It's the same crooked and perverse nation, but now they have all manners of technology, and they're in the age of decadence. You understand? It's decaying. It's weakening. All right? Get 2 Ezra chapter 11 and verse 39.
2 Esdras, chapter 11, verse 39.
Go ahead.
Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts?
Right. America is that which remains of the four beasts. Go ahead.
Whom I made to reign in my world.
Right. God made them to reign in this world. He ordained. That's why Christ spoke about the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Christ, the Lord, had it set up that way. You understand? To set us up for our ultimate deliverance and their destruction. The same way he set up Pharaoh. Same thing. Go ahead.
That the end of their times might come through them.
So that's the part I wanted. God said the end of their times might come through them. Meaning what? They're creating the nuclear bombs and atomic bombs and all of those things that will decimate themselves. You understand? The World War III is going to be a compilation of different weapons that the white man himself has created. You understand? But also, the end of their times coming through them, going back to what I mentioned about the age of decadence. Their sins reaching to heaven. This place is getting so crooked and wicked and perverse that they're accelerating their own destruction. This is, you know, you can call it Exhibit A, Exhibit B, or Exhibit D. Hell is this? A Negro, a full-fledged 52-year-old man with a goatee is an inmate in a woman's prison.
Come on now, dog.
Come on now. We know the end is approaching. You understand? This is out of control. This is madness. All right? But this is what's going on in our present-day reality. All praise to the Most High for the prophets, letting you know, bringing it to your attention, and showing you where this stuff stands biblically.
That's right.
With that, we say shalom.